Good afternoon. Welcome to OptionsTender. It is Thursday, May 14th, 2026. So we're taking a look at, this should be a really quick video. SPX, we're going to look at the indicators on the daily time frame and SPY on the 65. We'll go through some of these indicators here and the VIX. All right, so we're at another point where there's a possible objective short. Is it possible that we go higher? Absolutely. So today with the members, we took a look at some of the big names. We have NVIDIA that has a target that is higher, probably about another 4% higher. So we have Tesla that has potential to go to the next fib level. Magnificent Seven, we looked at that. So there's lots of things to look at in order to, get this reversal that we're looking for. And just from a visual right now, it seems that we have a point that's possible. Okay, so let's go look at those things. We're doing this intraday about almost 3 o'clock p.m. Eastern Standard Time. If you want to get these videos intraday, consider becoming a YouTube supporter. That helps support the channel and get these free videos out. If you want the further videos, the Discord, all that good stuff, $10 a month, or you could do the $90 for 1 year on Patreon. Okay, you could do YouTube or Patreon, but Patreon's the only one with the $90 deal. Okay, so let's look at the put to call ratio. We're getting real complacent here, so that's bullish until it's contrarian. Okay, so it was down in the 39 percentile here earlier, and that's insane. So we're getting to that point where this is contrarian and not weak today, a little bit bullish to neutral, not necessarily strong, but don't expect a reversal here today. And again, this continues to decline underneath the hood. So things are not good overall, but clearly the big tech stocks are holding things up. Okay, so let's close this up. We have SPX. Here's I think this was April here. Oh no, February to April. So here's December, this December peak back in 2024. I took that line, matched it up with the 2025 in October, and we're at that point right now. Does this have to be the point where the market reverses? No, it's just putting it that's not a valid trend line. There's only 2 touches there. It could end up being, something like this, where it goes just a little bit higher. Okay, and there's a little room there. Any one of those spots might be the way to look at it. And then when we go to the 65, I'll show you how that may match that exact spot there. So this alone, no, not necessarily an objective short, but I'll show you on the lower time frame what we're looking at as soon as we get there. All right, and just give you a little peek at, if you want to do that same peak, you can do that with NDX, and we're there already. But if the market's going to go higher, I would imagine that NDX is going to go a little higher too. So here's your moving averages. All right, everything's pushing up. You got your 8 EMA pushed up off of there. Momentum's up. And then you have your 20 simple moving average. The trend is up. All right, these are the indicators that I look at mostly. And here's, we're pushing up to a 77 area. We're getting, pretty extreme in the overbought scenario. We don't have negative divergence. You don't need it, but we don't have it. Okay. At this point, and can this go higher? Absolutely. Nothing's crossed over. There's no sell signal at this point. Well, there's some divergence in the histogram as well. And so that means, the lines are converging here. All right, McClellan oscillator. Weaker and weaker and weaker as price goes higher. That brings up a good point, because when something like this happens, look at back here. Look at where the market got weaker and weaker, all the way up to that point there, and you saw it get into the bearish territory, and then it just snapped. That is setting up really the same way. It's almost completely oversold, and we're at all-time highs. This could snap really at any time. Bollinger Band, that's a short right there. That's another reference for an objective short. Now in this 5-day RSI, we have a negative divergence. The 14th, we don't have any divergence. We went higher. I use the 5-day because we have 5 days in the week, and I like the sensitivity of it. So this is, to me, this is a divergence. D-Mark, I believe we were at a 13. 13, maybe we get a 9. So we could end up with a 13-9 count. If we get this 6, then Friday will be 7. And Monday 8, and turnaround Tuesday would be 9. The 9 doesn't have to be the very top, but it could be, in this area. It's if the candle does not close underneath 4 candles beforehand. So we very well could get a 13-9 count here coming up soon, by the beginning of next week. And so just for theta purposes, if you're trading options, once we get up here, yeah, we can go further. But another thing to look at is, even if we get up here and this is the top, the price could dance around for a few days. Okay, so don't get caught up in the very, very near terms necessarily. Give yourself a little bit of time on those. If the top does form right there. Elliott oscillator. We're starting to get a wave 3 into 5. If we can get a lower, it's already lower right now, but we're intraday. Let's see how we close here. Going 3 right here into 5 is what we kind of want to see there, and it'll look like a divergence. Again, you don't have to have it, but it gives us a little bit more confidence. So we'll check back on that one. VIX, we're in the timing low for the VIX, and so that's a huge caution as well. We're coming back into this support area, previous support. We're at it right now. We are underneath the 8 and the 20. So, so far maybe getting a higher low right here in the ideal low for the VIX. So that's, again, something to look for. If we start to see reversal candles or any strength in the VIX, we may be in that topping point. Now, we're still in the window tomorrow and possibly Monday as well. So let's see what happens coming up here. Right, today's the 14th. On some of my charts, the 14th is that ideal low, but I don't know why on the same time frame, and I look on the chart, that the 13th pops up. So either way, you're looking for 3 or 4 days outside of the 13th and I guess the 14th there. Okay, so let's go to SPY, and this will probably tie things up here for you. If we go to where we left off on the 65, and here's that channel that we've been checking out, and we're not quite to it. You have the nice lows here touching 3 lows. You have the peak here, peak, and we'll be looking for possibly, it looks like about 752. If we were to go straight up right now, this is ascending, so it could be 753, 754. So by the time it gets there, it just depends what happens. So if that's the case, and we kind of hold off until next Tuesday, then we have Friday that kind of dances around here, Monday, and then maybe we get turned around Tuesday somewhere up there. If the market just wants to be really slow at that point. If it wants to go a little faster, fine. Maybe we top on a Friday. I don't know. It's not, that wouldn't be a typical situation, but we'll be looking at the top of this channel. All right, for the next objective short here. Even though on the higher time frame, we are almost or at that point there. So that kind of ties in to a possible shorting area coming up. Now, today we were looking for the Qs to hit a Fibonacci extension. We hit that extension, and we're not stopping at that point, so it doesn't really match up. So we didn't take a trade on that because it doesn't match up with anything else that's happening. So all right, let's go to some of these. You have the moving averages. We're above all of them. We're just kind of flagging here right now. We are in the overbought conditions. Another reference of divergence, but we did correct here. So when that happens, when we do get a correction, you don't and we do go higher, and we get another stretch divergence here. What we want to look for in the near term, in the next set of hourly candles, is another reference of diversion here. Okay, so this peak that we had today, we want to see another high, but a lower high in this very near term. That would give us some confidence in that trade up at the top of the channel. We're starting to get a sell signal here on the slow stochastic. That could be short-lived if this is a bull flag, and maybe it winds back up here and gives us a divergence as well. All right, so we came back up into the boundary, and again, you're just forming these larger divergences, but we're kind of in an uptrend there. And while in the downtrend here, creating some sort of equilibrium on these indicators here. And so we'll be looking for a cross back down, a bear cross through that boundary and the yellow line, which we will get a red histogram at that time. And so that's what we'll be looking for in the near future. Look on. We had that sell signal up here today, and that's what's giving us the bull flag. Money flow, same thing, another reference right here, lower high, but we'll look in the near term again for another negative divergence. DMARC, we had the 9 count sell signal. We went a little bit higher and started to consolidate at that point. So we're starting to close the gap, and we'll look at that on the VIX as well. And that might be something that we look at to give us more information. All right, Elliott oscillator, although a lower high, we'll look for in the near term, again, a lower high here. See if we can catch that. Let's look at the VIX. Moving averages and the 65. So we had that bullish falling wedge. We had the breakout. Now with us going into the VIX cycle low, do we come down and make a new low? I'm not sure that that's the situation. It could happen if the market's just going to float higher for the next few days. But we just closed the gap here. So, you know, it's possible when you have a gap close that that's it and that you have your low. I'm not so sure. Maybe we come all the way down to the 1676 where we came up to before. Maybe you can get a higher low. All right. So again, why am I bringing this up? If you say maybe, it's because price has to tell us. Really, there's nothing bearish. There's only cues that we're going to get a reversal soon. All right. So we have to keep looking for those. For example, we continue to look for some of those calls. I'm not in a NVIDIA call, but we look to see those strong leaders to see if they're showing any weakness, if they're at any points, any references for a reversal, those sort of things. The SMH was at that point already. So let's see. I'll do this video tomorrow if there's anything updated. Otherwise, if you want to join the membership, I will certainly get a video out for you, especially on the higher time frame with the cycles that are coming in. Okay. Don't forget to like and subscribe, you guys. Thanks for being here, and we'll see you in the next video.